So it's finally out, Starfield, another Bethesda game that hopefully will be a leg up from the last disaster of Fallout 76. If you're new to the channel, we use artificial intelligence to make decisions for the gameplay. As this is a new game, it will likely be a bit before AFPS bot is modded, so unfortunately, we'll have to use human input for the actual motion. We'll be using ChatGPT. With a brain, however, and everything, all decisions, along with the character build, name, traits, and playthrough, the path will be up to ChatGPT, so let's get started and welcome to AI. Play Starfield.
Seals are good. Oxygen's good. Just do what you did last time, and you're fine. Follow my one simple rule. Hella, what's my one simple rule?
Listen to Lynn. Boss lady knows best.
Exactly. Listen to me. Mining's just like any other job. Go steady, go safe, go home with a pocket full of credits at the end of the day.
Yeah, totally. It's just like, I work in the Stardock. Except, with more cave-ins, lasers, and accidental dismemberment.
Very helpful. Thank you.
You're gonna be fine. Your first outing was solid. And, let's be honest, it ain't exactly astrophysics.
That's why I keep him around. Good pep talks.
Yeah, and the fact that I can pinpoint a helium deposit from 300 meters.
Not untrue. A shame we won't find any down here. But the metal deposits alone should pay for our own helium. Hell, after this, we'll have enough jump fuel to bounce from one end of the settled systems to the next.
Hey, more minerals, more money. And so the cycle repeats itself. Just no more unauthorized jumps in the house for rune space, okay?
He's just a big baby. There are worse lives. You know, most Dusties don't even make it this far. I have a good feeling about you.
Group hug now or at the end of the shift?
One of these days, Hella, I am going to leave you behind.
Promises, promises.
As I descended into the mine shaft with Supervisor Lennon Heller, I couldn't help but feel a sense of anticipation mixed with a touch of trepidation. The dark, narrow tunnels stretched out before us, hinting at untold secrets hidden within the rock.
What we've got. How are we on time?
A little longer. Grab some samples?
Always. But not you. Check on Isabel. Make sure she eases up on the breach. I don't feel like getting buried alive today.
Roger that.
Remember, Dusty, keep your breathing steady and never take that helmet off down here. Oxygen processors don't extend this far.
Yeah, because God forbid we drill on a rock with breathable atmosphere.
Know what I love about working in Freestock Collective space? Fewer ranks. A job like this in the United Colonies? Huh. Of red tape. This one over here. Calvert! No! No. It's a laser, not a sledgehammer. Ease up! Benning, if you got paid per break, you'd be a millionaire. Let's go!
Yeah, okay.
What do we say, Dusty? You make your cut, you get your cut. No exceptions. Come on, pick it up. Troy, what's the yield?
Minimal at this point. Occasional glimmer, but it's weak.
What do you think? Stay the course?
No, ma'am. Juice ain't worth the squeeze.
Well, okay then. Let's call this one tapped. Why don't you move over to that big vein we looked at?
Yes, ma'am.
Dusty, you're up. Grab a cutter and mine what you can.
Lynn's voice broke through my thoughts, providing instructions and handing me a laser cutter. I took a moment to inspect the device, its metallic sheen glinting in the dim light. The weight of the tool in my hand reminded me of the responsibility that came with this seemingly mundane job.
You think we'll be done here soon? Now I hear this is the last dig.
As I approached the ravine, my mind raced with questions. What exactly were we mining? Why all the secrecy?
I'm busy.
The laser cutter hummed to life as I carefully began to slice through the rock. The metallic tang of freshly cut earth filled the air, and I couldn't help but wonder what valuable resources or artifacts might be concealed within these unassuming walls. My gaze occasionally strayed from the task at hand, scanning the surroundings for any signs of the unexpected. With each cut, I remained alert, ready to adapt to any unforeseen challenges or opportunities that might arise in the depths of the mine. Though the work was simple, the mysteries hidden within the mine made it anything but boring. I was ready to uncover the secrets of this place, one laser-cut piece of ore at a time.
They're ready, boss. Get back up here.
You got a few more digs to go before I feel like talking to you.
As I reluctantly left my current mining spot, frustration and annoyance began to bubble up within me.
Well, we're off this rock.
Time. You're with me.
And here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Standard reading a clean break. Shut it down.
Let's go! Hella, get the readings.
Yeah, about that.
Problem?
Not if you consider a spike in gravity readings a problem.
I don't.
You don't?
What we're after? It'll read as an anomaly. That's what I was told anyway.
Okay, now you're starting to freak me out.
Relax. It's just another job. Come on.
We're getting close, I think. Yeah, everything is just... Lynn, seriously, there's something really effed up about this.
Where is it, Hella?
Through there, I think.
Okay, you're up. Something goes wrong in there, we'll come get you.
Why would anything go wrong?
Would you shut up? Both of you do your jobs. Client is on his way.
Lynn's nonchalant attitude towards our safety and the reckless decision to send me alone to mine the object irked me to no end. It felt like they were treating me as nothing more than a disposable pawn in this operation. As I approached the cavern wall that had been broken through by the excavators, I couldn't help but think about the potential dangers of this gravitational anomaly. The uncertainty surrounding what this object might be only heightened my sense of caution. Heller's concerns were valid, and I found myself agreeing with him. However, against my better judgment, I continued onward. There was a part of me driven by curiosity and a desire to prove myself, even in the face of such disregard for safety. But deep down, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being used as a pawn in a game I didn't fully understand. As I approached the source of the anomaly, I kept a watchful eye on my surroundings, acutely aware of the potential risks and uncertainties that lay ahead.
Dusty, snap out of it.
Hey, come on. Come on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
Since the choice of male or female character doesn't have an impact on gameplay, but can influence available dialogue options, let's go ahead and choose a female character for our playthrough. This choice will allow us to experience a variety of dialogue interactions as we explore the game's universe. Name, Captain Alex Hawk. Appearance, age, in her early 30s. Hair, dark brown kept short and neat. Eyes, steel blue, reflecting a sense of determination. Complexion, fair with a few faint scars on her face, evidence of previous adventures. Distinguishing features, a small tattoo of a constellation on the right forearm, symbolizing her dedication to the Constellation explorers. Now that we have our character's appearance defined, let's move forward with the game. Let's give Captain Alex Hawk an interesting background for her journey through the stars. I think Explorer would be a fitting choice for our character. This background suggests that Captain Hawk has a natural curiosity for the unknown and a deep desire to explore the galaxy as a member of the Constellation. Background, Explorer. This background will likely grant her skills and perhaps an affinity for discovering rare artifacts and hidden treasures. As a side note, as there is no character voice for the main protagonist in Starfield, I've decided to use Alex Vance's character voice for this playthrough. Alien DNA. This trait suggests that Captain Hawk has some genetic enhancements or attributes from contact with alien species during her explorations. It could grant her unique insights or abilities that might come in handy during her journey. Dream home. This trait indicates that Captain Hawk has a strong attachment to a specific place in the galaxy, perhaps a hidden planet or celestial location. Her connection to this dream home could be a source of motivation and determination in her exploration efforts. Wanted? Captain Hawk is wanted for something. Whether it's a past crime or some other reason, this will add an element of intrigue and potential conflict to her character's backstory, making for an interesting narrative twist. Owning a luxurious home on a peaceful planet is a fantastic reward for Captain Hawk's dedication to exploration, but the hefty mortgage comes with a financial burden. It adds an interesting element of financial management to the character's story, as she'll need to find ways to make a steady income to cover the mortgage payments. Wanted. The constant threat of our mercenaries hunting Captain Hawk will keep the tension high and an element of unpredictability to the game. It will be crucial to stay vigilant and well prepared for these encounters. The sudden vision that overcame me as I touched the anomaly left me in a state of bewilderment and awe. It was as if I had been transported across the stars, witnessing something beyond my comprehension. The experience was so overwhelming that it caused me to go limp and lose consciousness. Waking up in sickbay with Lynn and Heller hovering over me, relief washed over me as I realized there was no physical damage and my vitals were stable. However, the memory of that vision lingered in my mind, leaving me with a sense of profound curiosity and a myriad of unanswered questions.
Hell, I bet half the crew here doesn't even believe they really exist.
Half the crew doesn't believe Earth exists, but it's still there. Same with Constellation.
Yeah, come on. Exploring space? Who does that anymore? Ain't the space we've already got complicated enough?
Not to them, apparently. All right, Dusty. Airlock. Put your helmet on.
For now, I decided to keep the experience to myself. It was clear that this anomaly held something far more significant than we had initially anticipated, and I wasn't sure how Lynn and Heller would react to my otherworldly encounter. As Lynn mentioned that a Constellation contact was coming to pick up the relic, I couldn't help but feel a mixture of anticipation and trepidation. This encounter could hold the key to unlocking the mysteries of the anomaly, but it also raised the stakes of our mission. I steeled myself for what lay ahead and made my way to the airlock to meet the Constellation representative, determined to uncover the truth behind the enigmatic relic. As Barrett and his robot companion exit the small ship, I can sense the tension in the air, especially between Lynn and Barrett. Their history seems complicated, and I'm not entirely sure of the details. Lynn's demand for a quick exchange of the relic indicates that there might be some underlying animosity or mistrust.
Been a long time.
Yes, it has. That mine on Bendy, right?
Kazal, hellhole, like this place. Rare mineral contract. Your tastes are a bit more sophisticated now, huh?
So, you found something?
Right here. The new girl found it.
I attempt to downplay my interaction with the relic, not wanting to draw any unnecessary attention to myself. Barrett's keen sense that something happened during my contact with the anomaly raises my curiosity and concern, but I remain guarded with my responses. I have no idea who Barrett is or why he's so interested in the relic.
Don't even remember what happened.
Is that right? Went on a trip, huh? All right. Little disappointing, not gonna lie, but reveling in the weird of space isn't everyone's idea of a good time. I get it.
Look, just hand over the credits, and I'll be happy to never see this thing, or you, ever again.
That's why I like you, Lynn. All business.
Barrett, the scanners on the frontier are reporting a ship coming in hot from orbit.
I really thought I lost them.
Barrett?
Before I can delve deeper into the conversation, the sudden alarm indicating the Crimson Fleet's attack shatters a tense atmosphere. Panic and chaos erupt as the miners engage the attackers with their mining lasers. The realization that we're under attack by a hostile force sends a surge of adrenaline through me. Spotting the Eon pistol nearby, I quickly make a decision to arm myself. I grab the weapon and prepare for combat. My thoughts shift from confusion and curiosity to the urgency of the situation. The priority now is to defend myself and my fellow miners against this unexpected threat. Questions about Barrett, the relic, and my recent vision will have to wait as survival becomes the immediate concern. As the firefight unfolds around me, a surge of primal instinct takes over. The harsh, unforgiving life on this mining outpost has taught me that violence can be an unfortunate reality in these remote corners of the galaxy. With no formal combat training, I'm surprised by how composed I am, driven by a fierce determination to survive and protect my fellow miners.
When I'm waiting here, it happens. Nobody come back to me. When I remember all the brittle things you used to do, I was so worried. Every road I walk along with you. No wonder I am lonely. This sky is blue.
My thoughts are a chaotic mix of urgency and resolve. Foremost in my mind is the sheer necessity of survival. I've heard enough grim tales about the devastation pirates can bring, and I'm not about to become one of their unfortunate victims. Every move I make is a calculated effort to minimize risk and ensure the safety of those around me. Protecting my fellow miners is another paramount concern. They didn't sign up for this battle, and I feel a deep sense of responsibility to shield them from harm. My eyes constantly scan the battlefield, checking for anyone in need of assistance or cover. Adrenaline surges through my veins, sharpening my reflexes and honing my focus. It's as if I've tapped into a hidden wellspring of determination, enabling me to dart from one cover to another with deadly accuracy. Fear occasionally rears its head, but it's swiftly overridden by an unwavering determination to overcome the pirates. Hesitation is a luxury I can't afford in this life-or-death situation, so I push forward with unwavering purpose. There's an undercurrent of anger and frustration, too, fueled by the audacity of the Crimson Fleet's attack on our outpost. It seems their pursuit of Barrett is what brought them here, and that knowledge only intensifies my resolve to fight back against these attackers.
Hey, you get any good hits in? It's not every day we get to cut anything other than rocks. You think that's the last of them? Gonna be sleeping with one eye to the atmosphere tonight.
Amidst the chaos of battle, questions bubble up about the connection between Barrett, the relic, and the pirates. But for now, these inquiries are relegated to the back of my mind, as I reflected on the aftermath of the intense firefight and the surprising victory. A mix of emotions and thoughts swirled within me. The surprised looks on my fellow miners' faces spoke volumes. None of us had expected me to display such ferocity and ruthless efficiency in combat. And to be honest, neither had I.
You did good there. Kept your head.
It served as a stark reminder of the unforgiving nature of life on this remote mining outpost.
That was some fine work under pressure. You dug up the artifact, right? That means you saw it. The visions? You're coming with me to Constellation. You're part of this now. Hey, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but we don't exactly know what the artifact might have done to your head, and Constellation is really the only group qualified to help.
Oh, no, Barrett. No. You think you're just going to take off after the mess you caused?
All right. I guess I did just put you all on the Crimson Fleet hit list. How about I stay and I send your Dusty here in my place? I know, but she's not some miner anymore, Lynn. Soon as she touched that rock, something changed. Don't tell me you can't feel it.
Fine. It's a deal. Get out of here, Dusty. You're on to bigger things. Don't you get it? You don't have a job here anymore. You're with those explorers now. Like it or not. Just go, all right? Figure out what happened to you when you touched that rock.
Well, now that that's settled. Bosco, get her to the lodge. No deviations unless absolutely necessary, okay? Protocol Indigo.
Indigo. Again. Very well.
Oh, and hey, take this. You'll find it very useful out there. And it even tells the time. Hey, look at that. The watch fits you perfectly. Now, questions? Technically, it's not even mine. Consider it a loan. Vasco will keep you on course. Besides, I'm making an exception since you can tell Constellation about that vision you had. That, my friend, is the million-credit question. And Constellation can find the answer. With your help. They're just following the loot, like pirates do. And I have something of a reputation as a loot collector. See, that's the problem with the settled systems. Too easy to take everything for granted. While everyone else is busy playing politics, we're the ones braving the unknown, charting the vastness of space. Without us, the galaxy is just a big room with the lights turned out. Come on. You're really not at all curious about that light and music show you experienced? Why it only affected you? Because if you didn't notice, we've all been handling it since with no problem. The way I see it, Constellation needs that artifact, but they also need you. This mystery is only getting bigger each step we take. And you're part of it now. And Vasco, don't let her break my ship.
We're still in one piece. Oh, God. I'm gonna throw up. Hey, I don't know how you kept your cool back there.
When Barrett proposed that I should take a ship and the relic to Constellation, I couldn't help but be incredulous. It seemed like an offer too good to be true, especially considering the secrecy and tension surrounding the relic. My suspicion of Barrett's motives grew with each passing moment. Trust didn't come easily in this line of work, and my limited acquaintance with Barrett added to my sense of distrust. His insistence that something special had changed within me after the relic encounter left me skeptical. I couldn't help but wonder if he, too, had experienced similar visions and if there was more to this story than met the eye. Despite Barrett's claims, I didn't feel any different. The vision I had experienced remained a mysterious and elusive enigma. I kept my guard up, both in my interactions with Barrett and in my assessment of this newfound role he had thrust upon me. Lynn's indignant response to Barrett's proposal didn't escape my notice. Their history and tension were palpable, and I found myself caught in the crossfire of their conflicting interests. As I headed toward the ship, the unexpected captain of this mission, a sense of unease mixed with curiosity washed over me. What lay ahead on this journey to Constellation? Were there more layers to the relic's mystery waiting to be uncovered during this trip? Only time would tell, and I braced myself for the challenges and revelations that awaited me on this new path.
Now that we are in orbit, it might be wise to test all controls and systems to ensure they are not on the verge of catastrophic failure. I can step you through the entire process, or if you're...
As I settled into the ship, the robot guiding me through the necessary tutorials, a wave of realization washed over me. The Crimson Fleet's pursuit of Barrett and his ship had now shifted to me, and it was clear that I had a target painted on my back. The frustration I felt was palpable as I realized that I had been used as a pawn in Barrett's game. It seemed likely that he expected me to meet the same fate as the Crimson Fleet had intended for him, which would conveniently remove them from his back. As the ship took off, the weight of my situation sank in. I was on the run, a target of the Crimson Fleet, with no clear way out of this predicament. The thought of being a mere pawn in someone else's plan gnawed at me, and I knew I had to take control of my destiny.
Our relative velocity. You've proven an adequate pilot. Are you familiar with ship combat tactics? Because that's a Crimson Fleet ship bringing its weapons to bear. We will need to disable their shields. Laser-based weaponry is particularly effective. If you can keep the enemy ship centered on the HUD, we can lock in to fire a homing missile.
My decision was clear. I needed to confront the Crimson Fleet directly. If I could somehow eliminate them, it might buy me the freedom and safety I desperately needed. It was a bold and dangerous move, but I felt compelled to take this chance. However, as I contemplated my next moves, the reality of my situation began to fully sink in. Not only had I lost my mining job, but I also still had a hefty mortgage hanging over my head. The financial burden added another layer of complexity to my predicament, and I knew I would have to find a way to manage it while dealing with the Crimson Fleet threat.
Congratulations on surviving your first Starship assault, Captain. We should search the wreckage for spare parts and other salvage. You will need to fly close to it before we can access the remains.
toward Crete, where my destiny would be put to the test, a mix of determination and anxiety gripped me. I was embarking on a perilous journey with the odds stacked against me, but I was resolved to forge my own path and reclaim control over my life.
amount of Crimson Fleet hostility has been far more than anticipated. At this rate, the odds of continual assault from their ships are high enough to jeopardize our mission. In short, they are after the frontier and will not stop. We will need to deal with the local Crimson Fleet captain. A recent scan indicates an abandoned facility on the nearby moon of Crete, a perfect staging area for pirates.